Hello and welcome back to Kerno EXP. So we're just around the corner now, and this is the Great Wheal Bassett mine, and we're going to have a little walk around, and we're going to have a fly above here as well, folks, so that should be good, shouldn't it? So I hope you're all good. This is the second instalment from here, so I think I might put them all together in one video. So the first building we encroach will be the dry, and in case you didn't know, that's where the men would have got washed and changed and what have you. So let's get down there. So we've already filmed the other side. I dare say you've just watched that, folks, so thank you. So now we're going to have a look at the dry at Great Wheal Bassett. Now this was owned by Lord Bassett de Dunstanville from Bassett Estate, which we've done quite a bit of filming on, and I think we'll do some more again in the new year. So I think this building here was probably the mine office. It does very much look like that indeed. Now let's just step in, shall we? Yeah, this was obviously the mine office. Would have been a small fireplace right there, folks, so that would have been essential back in those days. It looks like this probably was one building, because we've got a doorway right here, so you can see the original fireplaces up above there, so they would definitely have been essential back in the day. So this looks like a possible individual office in its own right. So there would have been a fireplace right there. I think that's probably, there might have been like a round wood log burner there or something like that. So then obviously it went up. There would have been another fireplace in the room above us here, so it would have utilised the same chimney. So it's a bit strange this, because this is like a room that's sealed off from the other room. So could this be where the mine captain was at this time? I don't know. So there's a doorway here, and it's still got the original remains of where the door frame was. So, and then we've got this doorway here. So I reckon that this was probably quite an important room at one time. And I know we've done a few ghost hunts here, but I think we probably get quite a bit in here. And it's sheltered as well, so that'll be good, wouldn't it? And we've got a concrete floor, so that really does help. That room there is sealed off from the rest of this building, which is a bit unusual. Was that where another fireplace or something was? Oh, wait a minute, that could be a safe. That could be a safe, folks. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. Right, so we've got this room here, look, which is a bit different. And this might have been the mine captain's room, actually, thinking about it. One way in, one way out, fireplace. So he probably had a desk here, a chair there with lovely paintings or whatever on it, and or even he could have had it here. And his chair in that corner there, next to the fireplace. That's more like it. There, that's more like it. So this was quite an important room, folks. You can see that without a doubt. Right, now let's go into the dry. I'm watching where I step, because it is quite slippery and there's dog shit everywhere, which is not very good. Right, so here we are. This is the dry. Now, it looks to me that that's your way in from the office there. So it's a bit unusual, isn't it? So we've got some pictures just here, look, of how it used to be. So there's no pictures of the dry as such, because we're in the dry. Yes, this is South Wheal Francis, the Great Bassett mine. So yeah, these are showing about the engine, folks. So we need to look at the pictures of the dry. I don't know if we can see the dryer now. No. All right, let's carry on down here a minute. Is there any pictures of the dry as it was back in the day? Probably not. So there probably was some kind of apparatus in there, like a boiler, because that would have basically provided the hot heat for washing and drying your clothes and what have you. Never really looked in there before. Look, it's got the original windowsill. That's to stop anybody from putting anything on it. No, can't really see anything there. Excuse me. Thinking about it, folks, this was probably where the boiler was. So it would have been basically in here would have been a series of tubes going along, and they would have been red hot. And what the guys would have done is change their clothes and hang them close to this pipe, and that would dry their clothes for the next day. I'm thinking this is more the side of where the heat was generated from the boilers, i.e. burning coal. So we've got another little office here. I never noticed that before. Or is that a toilet? That's probably a toilet, probably an outhouse. Yeah, it very much does look like an outhouse to me. Yeah, very much indeed. So the mine would have owned this field originally. So yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So that would have been part of the mine, probably where they kept the pet ponies and what have you. Yeah, this does look like a toilet to me. The reason I say that is we've got, on the floor there, we've got a cobbled surface, but you can see that there's a recess there. So that's probably where they bucketed out all the detritus. And there's something else there as well, which that could be a bath. It cannot be ruled out. Oh, it is a bath. Look, it's full up with water. Oh, that was a good guess, wasn't it? And then we've got this other room here, which is, I don't know what that would be. And then we've got this lovely original doorway, which will go out through the doorway. Why not? And yeah, there's the side of the building. Right, so now we shall go and have a look at the rest of the site, and then we'll go and get the drone up, because I think the weather's on the change. Okay, so here we are. This is the engine house. Very unconventional engine, this one. It's not like what we've seen before with the bob at the top. The bob was in the middle. Basically the same principle, but a different kind of way of doing it. I think this will be a standalone video, to be fair, folks. It's too long, really, to be added into the same one. So here we are. This is the engine house. Very, very unique, folks. Very, very unique. And this shaft is quite unique as well, because it's brick lined, which most shafts in Cornwall were never ever brick lined. So yeah. Right, we'll continue. So let's go down here. So this mine had its own internal railway system as well, which was not unique, but if you had your own railway, the mine must be very, very profitable. So now this is the original entrance into this engine house. Now, as you can see, it's been knocked out to stop people from going up there, I guess. But you can see that the original steps into the engine house there, and they would have went up into that doorway just up there. Now up there on that doorway there's a platform, and that would have been a floor up there, a separate floor. You can just make it out. See it there, folks? So if you were to get up them steps, you could theoretically walk all the way along, but there would have been a wooden floor across this level here, which, you know. Right, let's get down in here. So we're inside the engine house now, and that's the shaft dead ahead of us. So down here there would have been the cylinder of the engine, so on and so forth. I have seen pictures of this, but yeah, it's totally different to what we're used to. So here's looking in the shaft, as you can see. So we'll look down. See, it's brick lined, folks. So that is very uncommon for Cornwall. It really, really is. I think the shaft goes down, is it 400 metres, something like that? So it's quite a way down, and it goes off in all directions. If you'd like to see a video of that, I think there's one on Cornish Mine Explorers, so you'll have to go and check them out. So now we're going to go to the processing side of mining, and let's go and do that. So here we are. So this building here is something to do with processing. So let's go and have a look. Right, I'm going to have to get the drone up real quick because I got a feeling the weather's on the change. Right, so that building there is to do with the processing of the ore. That's quite interesting. And then we've got this building here, which I think was something to do with crushing the ore. It should say what it is. So was it ore bin? This is the ore bin, folks. This is where the ore was calculated and collected. So now we're looking further down the area, and I think back in the day this was where they collected the water for the engines, this bit of land just here. So that's it basically. There's going to be a drone flight now, so I'm going to go down in the field and set that up. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, please subscribe, it helps me, and don't forget to smash that bell and you'll be notified of all uploads, because we do upload a lot, folks. And smash that like button, give a comment if you have any suggestions of where we would like to go, because we cover basically all of Cornwall and South Devon. Anyway, see you in a bit. Cheers and go.